Oh, Bernie Sanders, oh, Bernie, got himself in a bit of trouble, hasn't he? You know, look at that, he's not paying his campaign workers enough. Who would have thought a socialist, someone who supposedly fights for the little guy, doesn't seem to be fighting for the little guy whatsoever at all? Who would have thought? Why is it always these rich millionaires are the ones that are supporting socialism? We really reckon they're going to go losing money out of it? Let's jump into it. Independent Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders' campaign is reportedly locked in a labour dispute with workers who say they want to be paid an annual salary that would equate to the $15 an hour wage that Sanders should be the minimum for all workers. It's like that time Bernie Sanders complained about tax incentives, Trump's tax incentives, and then went through and claimed them himself. Because nothing says hypocrisy like bitching about tax incentives and then literally using them to minimize your income tax. But anyway, campaign workers have reminded Sanders campaign manager Fritz Summers of the Democratic Presidential Committee committed to a $15 an hour minimum wage, according to a document obtained by the Washington Post published on Thursday. Sanders has made a point of lecturing large companies like Walmart and McDonald's about the greater salary compensation for their workers, while he has highlighted his own campaign workers being the first unionized person in a presidential run. The House of Representatives approved legislation Thursday that would raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2025. But apparently unionization has not brought the salary demands that the workers have reportedly asked for, and Chute has not talked about the dispute until now. Correspondences reviewed by the Post suggest that disagreement has been a source of contention since May. According to the Post, Sanders' campaign issued a statement Thursday that celebrated the unionization of workers, but was not specific about their pay they are receiving. We know our campaigning offers wages and benefits competitive with other campaigns, as is shown by the latest fundraising reports, Chute said. Every member of the campaign, from the candidate down joined this movement in order to defeat President Trump and transform America. That's okay, but we're talking about you not paying your staff enough. What's that got to do with defeating Trump? Bernie Sanders is the most pro-worker and pro-labor candidate running for president, who's apparently not paying his staff enough. We have tremendous staff who are working hard. Bernie and I both strongly believe in the sanctity of the collective bargaining process and will not deviate from our commitment to it. Sanders has not committed on the dispute on how much his workers are being paid. The Daily Caller reached out to his campaign office to ask what wage the campaign staff received. The statement from the union emphasized that many international avenues the workers have access to, but did not mention their salaries either. As union members, the Bernie 2020 campaign staff have access to a myriad of protection and benefits secured by one-of-a-kind union contracts, including many internal avenues to democratically address a number of ongoing workplace issues. Well, they can talk about it, but regardless of whether they're going to do anything, because apparently this has been going on since May. The statement read, according to the Post, we look forward to continuing to work closely with our members and the management of the 2020 Bernie campaign to ensure all workers have dignity and respect in the workplace. They don't want dignity and respect, they want more pay. In his first year of being a millionaire, Sanders gave less than 1% of his salary to charity. But look at that, hey? That little socialist, he's Not really that much of a socialist, is he? Bernie's staff complain of poverty wages. They demand $15 an hour. So it's just the same sort of thing, just really reiterating what we've already talked about. So they're supporting a federal minimum wage of $15 per hour. But he's not paying his staff that. So it would lift. So apparently, this $15 minimum wage that he keeps pushing would lift 1.3 million people out of poverty, but also estimate 1.3 million Americans out of work. That's something you don't hear about in the tagline, isn't it? And over here, President Bernie Sanders has pledged to American workers that he would institute a $15 per hour minimum wage if he wins the White House in 2020. But unionised workers on Sanders' own campaign say they would wish he would start now by paying a higher wage to them. Better watch out, Bernie. That might be the hand that bites that feeds. You know, these guys are... You get all these people wound up for this socialised systems, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, hang on, I don't want to pay you that extra. I want you to go after Trump or something, you know. I don't know. Why do I have to pay the extra Trump to go Trump? So, yeah, at the end of the day, well, I kind of find it a little bit ironic, to be honest. He is a socialist who, not really that much of a socialist, is he? I mean, how about that? Less than 1% that he paid for his charities for the year. Made $1 million, gave less than 1%. I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think this is a case of Bernie Sanders getting his just desserts? Or do you think at the end of the day that these guys are just whinging about nothing and that they deserve to get what they get paid? Apparently they are getting a comparative weight to the rest of them, but, you know, he is pushing this socialised borders, the socialised system sort of stuff. He's the one pushing for $15 a minimum hour. You know, should he start with his own workers? Let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Obviously, the video has been helpful. Please smack a like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Video 2 of 3 today, guys. Next video coming up right after this. And we're going to be talking about parents' unwanted or unpaid lunch bills and having their children taken away from them, because I think it's in the UK. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a sec. Have a great day and enjoy.